Hey guys, this is No Face. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. If you're existing, welcome back. Today's topic is it's just gonna be small. I don't want to be on here that long or talk too long on this particular video because we have tons more coming up this week. But I did want to just make a statement out there for your bodies after birth. This is primarily your bodies after you give birth. Why is this important? It's because, let's be honest, nowadays with the media, with news, magazines, all the things that we see visually, it's kind of like, excuse me, it's kind of like this whole thing where you have to bounce back after you have a baby. I'm speaking from experience because as a woman who has had a child, my whole body of what I thought about my body from now till then, she's one now, from now till then, completely changed. I felt terrible. I felt pretty crappy after I had my child in terms of how I felt about myself. My body was definitely not the same. Which you already know when you have a child. When you're 8-9 months pregnant, you know you're about to have your baby, so you already know that as soon as the baby's out, your body's gonna be different. But you have no idea of how that actually looks, or how you're actually gonna feel about how you actually look. And if I can be honest with you, I definitely felt crappy. I had seen tons of videos of women, talking about their bodies and all that. And not to say I did not expect that, but it is very true in blue when you actually see it for yourself. Let's just be honest. I've had tons of people who said that their bodies are not the same after pregnancy, but they still look, in my opinion. And then you go through it and then you realize, okay, so I understand. It has nothing to do with what anybody else may feel about how it looks. It's just how you feel about your own skin. And if I can be honest with you, I did not feel like myself. My body wasn't too bad. I can honestly say that looking back. I'm pretty happy for how it was. I did have a waist trainer, so that is a tip, girls, tip, ladies. I did ask my midwife, my doula, if that was okay, and she said that as soon as I have the baby, I could put on the waist trainer, and I literally did. As soon as I got home from the hospital, I was not trying to have the waist trainer in the hospital. I was not about that life. But me primarily, I did put on the waist trainer because that made me feel good. And that is another tip. If you want something that's going to make you feel good, a waist trainer might make you feel good. It might even give you the resemblance of what you felt like or what you looked like before you had your child. Even if it's not that, it is still going to hold everything in and make you feel comfortable, so you don't feel like everything's falling out. Because after you have a baby, your stomach is just there, you know what I mean? Like, you just had a baby, your baby's in your arms now, you're holding it, so that space is still open and swollen until it goes down. So this video is not mainly to give a biology lesson. I'm not very good in the medical terminology, but when it comes down to a woman, from a woman's perspective and her body, women, let's just not discredit women who are not bouncing back. Let's not discredit women who don't look like the magazines, and let's not discredit women who are a little bit comfortable and lazy, if you will, about their looks, because after you have a baby, I know plenty of women who don't brush their hair. It's just something that you don't fucking do, or something that you can't do when you're literally taking care of a child all day long. I promise you, single women who don't have kids or women who never want to have kids will never understand. I'm letting you know this right now because no one knows until going through having a child what it really takes, what it really involves. And then obviously it's an option between the parents who really don't care about their child, and then there's the parents who really do care. So that's another form of responsibility that you have to go on about. And to be honest with you, caring about my looks was the least thing. I think through the first year of my daughter's existence, I didn't wear makeup going out. And before then, that's what I love to wear. Baby, I used to beat the face. I mean, we're talking about highlighter, eyeliner, lashes, whether I look good or not. It's something that I still wanted to do for myself. It's still something that I like to do for myself that made me feel good. And as soon as I have the baby, it's not like I did not like to do it no more. It's just I switched focus, baby. My priorities changed, and I'm very happy that I can now take care of my daughter versus spending 35, 40 minutes to do my makeup. I'd rather go to the store really quickly to get her some food than to do my whole face just to go outside. Like, your priorities definitely change, and I can definitely say that with priorities, your body does change too. Your mindset does change too. And I do think that it is very important for us women as a whole to be able to come together and speak on these things. I just wanted to come out here and just say my 2 cents. just kind of say how I felt about it, what I think about it, and my own perception of how I feel. And I would like to hear other people's perception, because at the end of the day, to feel bad about your body is not necessarily bad, because it might kickstart something in you to be able to get motivation for you to start working out or doing whatever you need to do to make yourself happy. So I'm not downplaying anybody who feels bad about it. I'm just saying, me personally, I think we should stop downplaying women as a whole, whose bodies are not like Kim Kardashian or Beyonce or anybody, or J-Lo, or anybody, as soon as they have their baby, because let's be honest, it's not realistic. It's just not realistic. And not everybody has the same eating schedule, life schedule, or anything like that for us to be able to look the same exact way after we have a baby. And that's onward. And there's really nothing else to say besides that, because it's the truth. We're all different, going through different things, and I think that we should be a lot more supportive. And I think that when it comes to your body after birth, it's a lot more confident and it's a lot more special than you really think it is, because a baby just came out of your body, and that's something that even to this day, it is an amazing thing. A child not only was raised in your womb, in your stomach, was able to come out of you, you know what I mean, and reach that whole nother life kind of a thing, you know what I mean? They went from inside, a stomach area, they went from being in a whole different area, a growing area, to now being in real life where we are, you know what I mean? It's such a funny, amazing thought process to think about, and to see that we can easily just downplay and shame that whole thought, the whole process of amazingness of welcoming someone into the world, by just realizing how crappy your body may look after the baby's born. And I think that is taking it completely away from what it's about. It's about the fact that you were able to bring life into this world, not about how your body looks. So that's just my 2 cents. I'm not really saying it for the people who are going through it, but more or less for the people who are their peers. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna feel about your body, because people just feel types of way about their body, which is why we have plastic surgery, which is why we have liposuction. People are going to feel how they feel about their bodies regardless of anybody else. But I do think that your peers around you could do a lot better, and we not think that it's okay to look good after you have birth. I think that things would possibly be a lot better, you know what I mean, if we realized, if beauty standards were more normal. I'll do another video basically on the normalization of our beauty standards and what they should be. But let's be honest, if it was more or less like, oh, why is her body looking good? She just had a baby. She's obviously unhealthy. There would be a lot more women compelled to not try to bounce back, because it's not healthy. It isn't, it never was, it never will be. You need to fucking stay how you are until you are healthy. Start eating correctly. You just had a baby now. Get back on another schedule. Start eating healthy. Then you can start worrying about bouncing back and your body getting better. But you have these consistent celebrities coming out with, they just had a baby, and then their next photo, they're fucking snatched. So it's not their fault. It's not their fault that they're doing it. I'm just saying that it does send a very terrible message to young girls and girls of my age and older, who are living their best life, who are finally adulting, who are finally becoming into their own, becoming wives and mothers, these things that we heard about as children, we're finally coming fruition. And then you just to kind of feel like, as soon as every single step that you take, you see that the media is throwing out how, not saying that you're not doing it right, but, they're finding different ways to kind of manipulate things, as a whole, like your body and how your body should look after birth. I'm sorry, but if you're snatched after you have a baby, I think you're unhealthy. I have and I always will. If you're snatched, meaning we're not talking about non-swollen belly. We're just talking about snatched. You're just not snatched after you have a child. You're just not. And if you are, then you're not healthy. I'm telling you, you're not healthy. It's not healthy to not have a little stomach after you give birth. It's not healthy. I'm letting you know this, because at the end of the day, your body's swollen. It has to take time for the swollen, for the irritation, all that to decrease, which is why you are cramping. You are cramping and contracting so much after you have your baby, because your body's going back to its normal state, and it's not just going to go back. You feel me? So for all the people who can, because there are people who I even know who after they have a baby you could not tell. I'm not talking about those people. You cannot tell because their stomach did not look like they were pregnant ever. But it does not look like snatched. Their bodies look realistic. Their bodies just look like they didn't have a baby. They weren't pregnant, but their bodies are not looking like how they're trying to look. They're trying to catch a man, trying to look snatched. You know how we know how to make our bodies look to attract who we want to attract. And that's how celebrities look like as soon as, they're done having their baby. It's like a quick one and done, and then boom, you know what I mean? Like, they look fine, normal, all that. Not all of them, but I'm just talking about the ones that we're highlighting. Excuse me. My friend, no. She just did not look swollen. That's the best way I could describe it. She does not look like she had obviously the whole 9-month stomach, but she also just did not look swollen. So the best way to say it, she just looked normal. Her stomach looked normal. It looked nor bad nor good. It just looked like whatever, you feel me? It didn't look snatched, and that was appreciative for me because it showed me that even though I can have a baby, that my body's not going to look terrible, but it's just not going to look unrealistic, and that's fine because I don't want an unrealistic body. So I guess I know I've said it like multiple times in this video. This was literally for me to just kind of just get some feedback and share my feedback on how your body should look after birth. And I'm excited to hear if you guys have any other intel or any commenting of anything about how you felt with your body after birth, or what you know about bodies after birth. Anything would be nice, because it's just really nice to hear a bunch of feedback. Other women who are going to listen to this, other women who are in this position. I want everybody to know that, living every day is a process. Getting that job you want is a process. Getting your money is a process. So at the end of the day, getting the body you want is a process too. And after you have birth, I think that your main priority should not be your body, because I promise you it's going to all fall into place if you do it correctly. So I guess that's all I have to say. If you have anything else to say, please comment down below. And if not, it's been real. It's No Face. And it was nice talking to you today.